Hi, this is Dr. Guru. Now, in this video, I will be calling your attention to a method that a lot of people use when or follow when they are trying to learn coding. And I'm going to show you the proper way to learn coding, especially if you intend to look for a job in tech space after your programming. If you intend to get a job in big tech company, then you will necessarily definitely need to watch this video to the end. The first thing I want to actually say that has to do with the way a lot of people learn programming, which is actually very bad, is the act of following somebody or watching tutorial on YouTube. Watching tutorial is not completely bad, but you not trying things out yourself is where the problem is. You need to learn to create projects of your own. You need to learn to do things of your own. You don't just keep following tutorials on YouTube or anywhere else. You need to learn to create new projects by you. This will enhance your skills. It will teach you how to solve problems. It will help you in problem solving skills. It's going to develop your thinking ability, and it's going to help you in so many ways. That is the first thing. You have to learn to develop projects. You have to learn to do it by yourself. Learn to look for answers or solutions on the internet. You know, when you are trying to develop projects, you will stumble upon some difficulties. You being able to go to Google search and look for solution, then fixing it is the main ingredient to becoming a successful programmer. All right, that is the first thing. The second thing, which I think should actually be the first thing, basically, is picking a programming language that is simple to learn, especially if you are a beginner. Okay, and one of those languages is Python, or let me say the only programming language that is actually very simple is Python programming language. It's simple and it's powerful. You can start with Python programming language because it's easy to deal with. Now, learn the syntax of this programming language. Learn to create function, class, create variables, assign variables, and all those kind of things. And then everything related to Python programming language. Understand them, the built-in functions and all those kind of things. Understand it. When you are done, then you can move to what I said earlier, creating projects, which I said is supposed to be the second part. So then you can start creating projects, testing your skills in this area. So this is the second thing that you need to understand. Then the third part of this whole thing is trying to learn new technologies. Okay, a lot of people make this mistake. Their intention is to, after learning programming, their intention is to look for a tech company where they can work and all those kind of things, and yet you don't want to learn new technologies. You don't want to learn about new technologies. You don't want to try your skills out in some certain technology that might actually be needed later on, or that can be required of you to make use of in your project when you are working with such company or a company. So take for example, when I was learning coding, one of the things that I realized is that, oh, what if they ask me to create a software or an application that requires subscription and all those kind of things, or people need to pay to acquire their service, a SaaS or something like that. How am I going to do it? So I have to learn about payment gateway. And in Nigeria or in Africa as a whole, I don't think they accept Stripe, which is one of the payment gateway that is known all over the world. So I have to look for alternative that is associated with my environment or where I come from. So I was able to come with Paystack and Flutterwave. So I use Paystack and Flutterwave to create different projects. Okay, this is to prepare me for what might actually come in future. So as somebody who intends to go into tech fully or enter into tech space, you need to get yourself familiar with all these technologies. So you need to learn to use API, you need to learn to use technologies and new technologies. So that is actually the top thing that I want you to learn. So I believe you are putting it down. Okay, the first one, create projects, which is supposed to be the second one actually. Then the second one, which is supposed to be the first one right now, is starting with a programming language, picking a programming language that is easy to learn and understanding the syntax or the nitty-gritty of the programming language. All right, so that is the second thing. And then the third thing is learning new technologies, getting yourself familiar with API. Okay. I've given an example. So try to learn things or technology that can be needed or that might actually be needed in in the long run. So you need to get yourself familiar as many technologies as you can. Then the fourth thing, which is actually the most important part of this whole thing, it is a different thing to be good in programming language. It is another thing to be able to land yourself a job. You know, when you go for a job interview in tech space, their major focus is on algorithm. Most of the questions that we ask you is based on algorithm. They can ask you to write an algorithm that determine the largest number in an array or smallest number in an array, implementation of search algorithm, sort algorithm, all those kind of things. Okay? They can ask you questions, series of questions related to algorithms. So it is important that you understand algorithms and data structure if you intend to get yourself a job after your training. But the thing is this, you don't even need to learn data structure and algorithm because you are looking for a job. It is important that you understand algorithm and structure because algorithm basically is the computational step by step to solving a problem in an infinite amount of time, So basically, if you write print hello world, if you write a program that just prints a sentence on your screen, you've written algorithm. So it is important that you understand algorithm because it's a way, it lets you understand how to break down problems and how to use code in solving this problem. So it is important that you understand programming, and that is what this channel is dedicated for. Okay, understanding algorithms, creating program, all those kind of stuff. So if you are interested in becoming a professional programmer, and basically, then you will have to subscribe to the channel. You subscribe to this channel, and you will get access to series of videos related to algorithms, data structure, and all those kind of things, and then how you can actually become a professional programmer. And another thing I want to say is that if you have any question as a subscriber, you can actually, or you want me to make a video on any algorithm or anything as a subscriber, just indicate and I will definitely work on making such video. All right, so that is one of the benefits of being part of this channel. So this is what I have for you. Learn programming the right way.